There was a funny moment that took place during last night's game. Although I guess you could argue that Yordan Alvarez being out as a result of fan interference is maybe something that could have cost the Astros. I don't know. I mean, there were 2 outs. Maybe he gets a solo shot. They still lost 6-1. But there was a fan interference moment. And Yordan was called out. And the one good, well, actually, ESPN did a couple of good things on last night's broadcast. But one of the 2 good things that ESPN did to keep an Astro fan engaged was they went and they found the man who interfered with that ball in left field. We're going to play, John, this interview, and we're going to stop and go along the way. It was a very entertaining interview, but a lot of people were pissed off at this guy. Anyway.
So tell us about that play and how it developed.
So pretty much, I'm out here with my son. This is our first ever game. We just moved here to Houston literally in January, and I just wanted to make the moment special for him. As a father, I feel like it's my job to make sure that I give him the best moments. I apologize to the Astro organization. I didn't know it. Y'all gotta understand, when it's dropping down, it looked like it's coming directly to you. So I reached, and my body went for what I know. But we did have a wonderful moment.
Okay. Pause. Okay. Couple of things to dissect here. So we just moved. I want to say, I'm going to guess from Kansas City because he was wearing a Kansas City Royals hat here to Houston. Some people have been a little bit cliquey when it comes to me jumping on the Astros bandwagon. I have lived here for 10 of the last 12 years. So I feel like I'm allowed. Are we allowing this guy on? He did apologize to the Astros organization there. And honestly, he was getting crushed. I saw Brian McTaggart say, how do you do that? Let's be honest. The average baseball fan is probably not completely on top of all the rules. I get it. The smart baseball fan should know not to do that. But I think the average baseball fan, specifically this guy who's here with his kid, wants to get the foul ball for his kid, I'm okay with this guy. I'm okay with this guy doing it. It's not like it cost the Astros the game. It's not like it's Steve Bartman.
Don't they make an announcement about it, though? Telling all the fans not to do this?
They do, but do you listen to the announcement, John? No. How many times have you listened to what the flight attendant on an airline tells you? Never. If you've ever flown, the funny thing is if you sit near the emergency exits, they get mad at you if you don't pay attention. But I'm like, I've been on the. I know. Been
there, done it.
Been there, done it a lot. Now maybe there's a lot of first-time flyers with me, and I think this guy was going to a baseball game for perhaps the first time. And you know what? I hope he and his son had a good time. Anyway. This interview continued, and I see already a lot of comments saying, tell me you're not a baseball fan without telling me you're not a baseball fan. Whatever, guys. It's a Sunday, and he's having a fun time with his son. My God. Some of you people. You should know what's going on. Oh, man, he doesn't even like baseball. I don't even like baseball. Anyway, this interview continues. The man. Okay, so you reach out, and what was the reaction that you heard right after the play was over?
The reaction was shock, disgust, happiness, sweat, a little bit of lust, baby. You feel me? I was in there feeling kind of hurt, but my fingers still shaking a little bit. The ball way heavier with the gravity. I'm not gonna lie to you. Charlie Ray, we're gonna be on TV, baby.
So tell me, it looked like that you went away for a bit and then you came back. How'd you talk your way back?
So truthfully, Houston loves me and I love Houston, and they could not stop me from supporting the Asteroids. So what happened was I almost had to give them pop real quick on them, but they wasn't listening, so I showed some love and they let me come back. They really were just trying to make sure that I wasn't hurt and that making sure that we didn't go off the rails. So salute to the whole organization, great staff. They made sure that I was healthy and I was enjoying the game. They wasn't even making it serious.
Okay, so do they eject you if you interfere with the ball? I figured they eject you if you jump on.
No, usually they do.
Field. They do,
if you
John.
touch a ball, usually you get kicked out.
You get kicked out?
Oh, yeah, usually.
Oh, that's outrageous. You shouldn't get kicked out for that.
That's what usually happens. And a lot of times it results in like you not being able to come back to games for a while as well.
Oh, that's...
Yeah.
Okay. Nazi would be an extreme way to describe that. But if you're that, like that sounds like something the Cincinnati Reds would do. Or like the Baltimore Orioles. There's one of these other like broke-ass organizations with a douche as an owner. Okay, so he's fun, clearly. Like we like his vibe. I don't know if we love him. I feel like you might be a little bit premature saying like, I love Houston. Houston loves me. Well, some people think that you're the reason Yordan Alvarez was out. So I don't know if I can go that far. And he did call the Astros the Asteroids.
They cannot stop me from supporting the Asteroids.
Asteroids. But I don't know. I think we gotta welcome him in. I think he's on the bandwagon. I say thumbs up. You text in thumbs up, thumbs down. John Belmer behind the glass. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Thumbs up. He's all in.
We like his vibe. But we need to make sure that he's got an Astros hat next time around. That's what the Astros should have done. Get the guy a hat. Screw that Royals hat. We don't forget about 2015. Will Harris. Come on.
I remember when we broke up the first time, saying this is it, I've had enough. Cause like we hadn't seen each other in a month. When you said you needed space, what? Then you come around again and say, baby, I miss you and I swear I'm gonna change. Trust me, remember how that lasted for a day. I say I hate you, we break up, you call me, I love you. We called it off again last night, but this time I'm telling you, we are never
Ever.
getting back to you. We are
Ever.
getting back together. You go talk to
My friends talk to my friends talk to me. We
are never
Ever.
getting back together.
Did you
Welcome
ever
back
think
to the Veritex Community Bank Studios? Here's your host, former Shorecrest Preparatory All-District Safety, Paul Gallant.
Did you ever think that you would hear Jose Altuve and Paul Gallant do a duet together? I gotta say, Taylor Swift music is so effing catchy. Shout out to John Belmer and for Sean Mapes putting that together. So I'm a little concerned for Jose Altuve. I'm a little concerned. Because, listen, Taylor Swift music, it gets stuck in your head. And Taylor Swift fans, I mean, you think that the MAGA people are bad, or the Antifa people are bad. Okay. I mean, you haven't dealt with a 15-year-old online Taylor Swift fan. I mean, they will hunt you down. They'll dox you. They'll do horrible, horrible things to you. Theoretically. Because all these kids, they're all dark and edgy. Oh, I'm Gen Z. I don't believe in anything. Nothing matters. Nothing's real. Except for Taylor Swift. Oh, my God. So, Jose Altuve was being interviewed in the middle of last night's Astros-Yankees game, Sunday Night Baseball. And this happened. This moment right here.
What is your favorite Taylor Swift song?
I have two daughters and they're big Taylor Swift fans, and they always sing in. Let me remember.
Look, if you don't remember, just sing it.
Yeah, I say ever, and then keeps going.
Go ahead, keep singing.
Yeah, that's all I think. That's the only thing I know.
Let you
ever.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Now, to his credit, he acted like he's not obsessed with the song, to his credit. And I feel like there is this element. You know, people call me Metro when we're putting it nice. Sometimes people accuse me of leaning another way. I do like musicals. I do like singing. But I think that Jose Altuve likes Taylor Swift a little bit more than he's letting on here. I feel like there's a little element of he doesn't want people to know that he loves T Swift. And guys who are out there, it is okay to admit that you like Taylor Swift. Now, it is not okay to become one of these psychotic Taylor Swift fan people. I've seen some of these concerts. They make me uncomfortable. You know, just like January 6th made some people uncomfortable, seeing Taylor Swift fans and some of the videos that come out from those concerts, it legitimately makes me uncomfortable. And look, she's awesome. Taylor Swift is a extremely talented musician. I think she's great, truly. There are a lot of songs by her. I'm like, wow, good. The amount of just good songs that you could list by her, where you would be like, yeah, I'd listen to that. Maybe I don't want to listen to them all in rapid succession, but I'd listen to that. There's a lot. But the levels of love that cult loves Taylor Swift scares me. It scares me. Like, I feel like it's the kind of thing that could easily lead to some sort of cult and mass death. It's one of those groups. It just makes me nervous. The Jet says, I think Nick and Barry are Swifties. Sure. And let's make sure that they're mild Swifties, you know?
I'm going to say you're a Swiftie. Do you claim being a Swiftie, Paul?
I don't claim being a Swiftie. I like Taylor Swift. I don't like the fans, just to be perfectly honest. I don't like seeing people lose their bleep collectively over one person. And some people are probably saying right now, Paul, is a little bit hypocritical. You're that way with Tom Brady. But Tom Brady is a god. It's different than Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift hasn't won 6 Super Bowls. Taylor Swift hasn't been, 7 Super Bowls. Taylor Swift hasn't been to 10 Super Bowls. Taylor Swift hasn't been to a Super Bowl, in fact. And she's not going to be at this year's Super Bowl. So just important to note, like, the clear distinction between a half man, half god who descended from the heavens to give me 6 Super Bowl titles as a sports fan and country pop star.
Well, if she's got such a following, could she not be considered a goddess?
I mean, probably, but...
So it's the same thing.
Listen, I'd feel more comfortable around a bunch of drunk massholes that are like, yeah, dude, Tom Brady's the freaking best, dude. I'd feel more comfortable around them, like, drunk, throwing perhaps a 12 ounce of Narragansett at somebody, which is this local New England beer. It's basically New England's Lone Star, versus a Taylor Swift like mob. Like, I feel like they would rip my skin off and eat my pancreas and liver if I said something like that. Like, I would just be I'd fall underneath a massive mound of tiny children. Like, we're talking tweens and stuff, and they would rip me apart and devour my body and say that we did it. They pull my beating heart out and they hold it up to the sun. And they said, like, we are doing this for you. For you. I love you. And that's all the reason more. I pulled Paul's heart out, put it to the sun god. Taylor Swift, you're my Lord and Savior. Like, that's what they do. Anyway, hopefully I make it home today. We did this bit on Labor Day, not coincidentally, not just because Jose Altuve had that moment. We knew there would be less people listening today, but it is a cult. I make fun of Texas A&M. No, the Taylor Swift people are scary.
Oh yeah, it's way worse than Texas A&M.
Yeah, like Texas A&M people at least are good people that you don't mind. No, they're good people. It just gets weird when you watch a game with a lot of them together.
Yes.
Taylor Swift people in concert, it's like they need help.